Okay, so welcome to everyone. Let me share the screen again. Okay, can you see? Okay, we are here all together. I'm with Francesca Lulli. My name is Sabina Santovetti, and we are the sort of leading group, the Best Up group with Luna, who has written, the Erasmus project. And with Valentina, that will be with us as sort of formal, I would say, culinary expert, and our in this journey together. So this first lecture and this first Zoom is going to be on economics. And the knowledge economics is about going from the dominant worldview to a regenerative and maternal gift economy. One. So we take a lot of care in maternal gift economy, and Francesca is the expert. She's been working for many years with Genevieve Vaughan, who is actually the woman that has founded the movement, the maternal gift economy movement, and a theory on maternal gift economy. So it is very important because we want to give you a different perspective. So when we're talking about acknowledging, we are talking about a different way of seeing things. So this is going to be our first Zoom call, and then we're going to have another Zoom call in a few weeks on the 19th. And we will be talking about matriarchal societies, modern and ancient matriarchal societies. Why matriarchal societies? Because they are bringing a different point of view into the world, and they are contrasting the patriarchal one. We will be able to talk about all of these things in the next call. So I would say, if I can go into the next slide. This is our program. So we're going to have, I usually am going to present myself and Francesca and Valentina. We have a few minutes each of us to present ourselves. And then I, as usual, going to light a candle and just say a few words on doing this trip together is always when we have to ground into some sort of aha, or some sort of moment in which we leave out everything. Our days are very full of things. So let's get into this new 2 hours together with a different pace and with a different mind. And then Francesca will talk about these 3 different points that are the dominant, the regenerative, and the maternal gift economy. In this journey, we will do a few exercises together. So we will go in groups, and then we will have a moment in which you will have a possibility to ask questions. So remember that we have sent you an info pack. There is a press letter. If you need anything about our group, what we are doing as Best Up, you can check us out in these 2 websites. And then the screenshot picture, well, I think we did it, and we can go on. I mean, this is like a proof that we are starting this journey together. So welcome to you all. I hope that we will be able to meet each other and know each other a little bit better, because this is going to be a journey in which we will hopefully work together as a group and create projects together and maybe create something all together. So it's a journey that is starting today. So I'm very excited about it. And I would like to just present myself and Francesca and Valentina, who is somewhere. So I'm Sabina Santovetti. I'm an architect, a mother, a feminist. I've been running SHE-ED programs ever since 2023. And I've been working with some of these women that are here. Maria is here, Sofia is here, women that have been bringing different things, different facilitations, a different view, a different way of being in the world. And this is what is about knowledge, acknowledging, that we have to make a shift in consciousness. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm very, very excited to be with you. And I pass the word to Francesca, who is next to me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Francesca, and I'm an anthropologist. I've been working with Sabina since 2023, and I'm happy to be here with you. I'm very keen about matriarchal studies, and I'm happy to collaborate with Sabina and stay in this journey because we have a lot of things to discover about one another, and that's it. Thank you.
And so I then pass the word to Valentina. Where is Valentina? I don't see Valentina. Valentina, if you want to present yourself too, thank you.
I apologize because I'm in my car right now waiting for my son that is in the theater. So I'm Valentina. I'm going to be with you in the kitchen as a group. And the kitchen will be really a place to be together, to learn, and to make food, really good food for us, since we're going to be in Italy. That it's the patriarch, how do you say patria of good food.
The land of good food, yes.
Yeah. I've been, actually, I come from art studies. I was in the theater for 12 years as a set designer. And I studied art therapy, and now I'm learning a massage. And in the same time, I'm in the kitchen since 6 years ago. I started to work for retreat in a retreat center, and that's how I met Sabina in her wonderful home. She was hosting a retreat, and I was cooking there. So I'm pleased to be here to think about something new also, because I will send you a message, maybe a short video asking you for something special to bring from your place where you live. So we can cook together with some special ingredients. And yeah, for now, that's all.
Thank you, Valentina. Yes, we have introduced, as part of our cultural dimension. I mean, it's not only about cooking or having, someone that is cooking. We will be all cooking together, and cooking is really a practice, a cultural practice, in which, we are relating ourselves with our bodies, with what we eat, with what is outside, what is growing outside in the world, with seasonal changes. So, I mean, cooking is really a cultural path. And Valentina is going to be our expert in this. So we are going to be with her during the May retreat that we're going to have at the Eco Hostel. So, okay, so I'll go further. We're going to light this beautiful candle with all of you. And so you just sit and just ground yourself. In this moment, you just ground yourself. You just sit with your feet on the ground and take a deep breath. Take a big, deep breath. I mean, this is really important that we just sort of relax. And we are all in this together. And you just feel the air coming in and coming out of your lungs. And just relax and breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And just leave out all of the worries that you had during the day and just feel just your body. And just ground yourself in gratitude. And just imagine just one word inside yourself that is telling you how grateful you are to be alive. And with this, whenever you're ready, you open your eyes. And we give thanks that we are here together. We give thanks for the opportunity to be together. We reclaim feminine power, wisdom, and knowledge. And for all our relations, blessed be and blessed do. So I hope you all have written your name, your preferred pronoun, where do you come from, and maybe, that's enough. So these are a few words about all of us. So Francesca is a mother, a social anthropologist, a community development and self-funded communities trainer, feminist for maternal gift economy. And this is what we're going to be with her. And the reason why we're doing this call is because we will learn about maternal gift economy. Valentina is an art therapist and facilitatress who combines art, creative processes, and cooking as a space for connection, healing, and learning. And I am Sabina, woman, mother, architect, designer, and I am basically bringing you into my world of matriarchal studies, SheDEs, the work to reconnect. And I hope that you will know me a little bit better when we meet in May. So welcome all. And let me give the word to Francesca. So I will just.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. This PowerPoint is a little bit long, but we'll try to go quickly. And also is a bit simple, but it's just a reference point. And after we will send you a document with a series of, with a list of link to YouTube video on the article to go deeper in the subjects. Okay, mainly this first part is about dominant economy, and I start with a question as what exactly is economy for us? Sometimes we think that is something very distant from us, and we are not able to discuss and to think about it. But it's really like this. I think that the first question is ask to ourselves, what is economy for us, and what comes to your mind when you hear the word economy? What did you learn about economics when you were young? Who can speak about economy according to you? Oops. Because the original word economy actually touch something more simple than the big economy about what we think often, because the word economy originates from the ancient Greek oikonomia, composed of oikos, that means house, of family property, and nomos, meaning law. So it means the rule of practice of wisely managing the resources of the extended family and community. So it's the care of our family and community before all. So it is how we produce and care for one another. It is not set in stone. It consists in all the activities and relationships that enable us to contribute to giving physical continuity to life. And it's linked with culture. Culture is one group or people preferred way of meeting their basic human needs. So there are a lot of type of it. And in this slide, you can see how can I iceberg, an iceberg, and in the outside.
The outside part.
In the outside part, you can see the specification of the dominant culture, the capitalist economy, so the wage labor, commodity markets, and capitalist enterprise. But actually, economy has many expressions, and we can see in the submerged part of the iceberg other expression of economy, as fundraising, soil nutrition, open source, informal economy, and so on. So actually, economy we generally refer to is that relating to the most widespread system, capitalism. And just to recap a little bit, this vision is based on philosophical assumption dating back to 17th century Europe, according to which human beings seek only their own interests. The body and the world are merely mechanical and governed by mathematical laws, and activities that produce care and do not directly produce money are not value for society. So political economy argues that self-interest leads to collective well-being with minimal state intervention. And we can see here some metaphor that maybe obviously you know, but just to recap again, some metaphors and practical orientation in capitalism. So the Homo economicus that see people are perfect, rational, self-interested, and possessing complete information to make the best decisions. The idea that accumulation of goods and individual accumulation is a positive value. The idea of invisible hand that means that the pursuit of profit by an individual through the market can contribute to the good of all. So how more we egoistic are, how better we behavior for the community in some way. The presence of classes of dominated and dominant that is needed in order to function the system. And the creation of scarcity. This is very important. And this scarcity is created by wars, appropriation, induced needs, also to realize and maintain classes of dominators, the owners, and dominated workers in some way. Okay, this is an image, a very simple image, but is speaking about the mechanism of capitalism, the extraction of the elements of nature from their living things, the raw materials, the use of labor power for their transformation, wage labor, the transformation of things into commodity that are elements that have a price and can be sold, the presence of a class that accumulates dominant and one that sell the work dominated. In this slide, you can find again the characteristic of capitalism, including private property, profit motive, market economy, competition, limited government intervention, consumer sovereignty, wage labor, as we said before. Now, a feature considered central to the economy is that of the exchange logic, money for good, natural and human resources, the abstract exchange. And this logic of exchange by Genevieve Vaughan, that, as Sabina said before, is the theorist of a maternal gift economy. For her, exchange or giving in order to get back an equivalent is intransitive and ego-oriented. It satisfies the need of the exchanger using the other as a means. This logic is adversarial because each exchanger is trying to get more from the equal exchange, and it creates a mutual indifference and separation. It is competitive, and the bond it creates are the constraints of debt and obligation. It's based on debt and obligation. Now, money. The exchange is linked to the money, and now the origin of money, money as a coin, probably originated in Lydia. This is a coin of the 7th century BC, during the reign of King Croesus. By the scholar Sonratel, money was not only a tool for trade. It represents the embodiment of the abstraction of goods into a universal common value, and this gave a change in the thought, and this is the basic for the capitalistic thought. Oh, now I would like to share with you a little cartoon, very simple, about the blind self-referentiality and destructive consumption that could be a pathological consequences of exchange logic. I don't know if it's possible.
Yes, it is. I'm going to go and exchange and go into the file and bring you into the YouTube.
No.
One moment. I need to get out here.
Okay, we are.
Yes, in the first one. Now, this is good. Now we need to get back to this one. Sorry, I need to.
So thank you, Sabina.
No, I need to find. Okay, so you should see it. You should see it quite big. Okay, do you see it?
A hamster doubles its...
Yes.
From birth to puberty, a hamster doubles its weight each week. If it didn't stop when mature, as animals do, and continue to double on its first birthday, it would be staring at a 9 billion ton hamster. This hamster could eat all of the corn produced annually worldwide in a single day and still be hungry. There is a reason why, in nature, things grow in size only to a certain point. So why do most economists and politicians think that the economy can grow forever and ever?
Okay, so we can go back to your presentation, which is here.
Okay.
Which is here. Yeah.
Posso
Okay.
vederlo?
Yes.
Io non posso vedere se...
No, I will put you. Okay. Can you see it now? Can you see the slide? Luna,
Yes.
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 Good. So I will go back to.
Non so questo non vedo.
You want? Wait.
Non to vedere.
Yes. Is that okay? Are you okay with that?
Okay. So we are now about another metaphor. We saw the impossible hamster metaphor, and now we are on the Wetigo. Wetigo is an Algonquin word for a cannibalistic spirit that is driven by greed, excess, and selfish consumption. It deludes its host into believing that cannibalizing the life force of others is a logical and morally upright way to live. And the American natives believed that the settlers who came were affected by this disease. For many indigenous cultures, the values and practices associated with capitalism that have spread over the centuries have also been interpreted as pathological.
Vuoi vedere le persone?
Sì, sì. Ok, lasciamo così.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yes, good.
among the resources that capitalism has appropriated, considering it a good to which there was not point in assigning value, is women's care work. Women care work is fundamental for the reproduction of life and therefore also of the workforce, but it has not been recognized as having the same values as other activities and forces. So now the story of this appropriation is a long story that has a point important between the 15th and the 18th centuries in Europe, where we found a specific relationship between the dismantling of collective property and the marginalization and demonization of women belonging to the affected communities, such that which hence became an effective tool for economic and social privatization. The English enclosures explicitly show how the commercialization of land and the expansion of monetary relations affected communities and their wise women. So, according to feminist economy, there is a link between patriarchy and capitalism in the predominance of productive labor over reproductive labor. Patriarchy systematically reinforcing capitalism because it meets its specific needs, the creation of a specific class of oppressed people, women, on whom to offload what should be social function, such as caring for children and elderly. Okay, now we are up on the first exercise because we did a very quick excursus, but all of us felt in some way how this system affects his own life. And here in terms of social, but also in terms of a moral life in some way. So I suggest you to share your point of view in pairs, 3 minutes per person, and if you can take some notes about, and after if you can share these notes with us, sending them by mail.
So the idea is that you will go now, we will go into groups of 2 and you will have 3 minutes each.
I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you, Sabina. Maybe you are muted.
I'm muted? No, I'm not muted.
No,
Are you?
we cannot hear you.
I don't know why you cannot hear me. Can you hear me? No?
Speak up.
Pronto, prova.
Okay, yes, we can hear you.
Però ho detto addio alla fine. Allora, qua, okay, so I will put you in groups of 2, so you will have 3 minutes each. Let me go into, and you will have time
Can you
to...
repeat the assignment, please, Sabina?
Yeah, I have to go. Sorry, I have to go and get the slide. Yeah, but yeah, I know, but I have to do that. So, I mean, I will do this. I will take this, copy it, and bring it into the chat. So you all have to chat. So you will have the questions in the chat. Okay, here you have it. So the questions are, how do you perceive the influence of capitalism on your life? Does it also affect your way of thinking? How is its dominance inevitable? So you can just you don't need to answer them all, but maybe you can just share with your partner what is the perception that you have and the influence of capitalism on your life in general.
One document per peer or per one person?
It's one document per peer. So you will have, the exercise will be that you will be in groups of 2, and you will have each 3 minutes to share with your partner. And one of the 2 is going to be the scriba, the sort of the writer of the sort of the exercise. So you take notes. And then at the end of the exercise, those notes, we will ask you to send it to info@bestup.it. And this is going to be, you can do it today, tonight, or whatever. So, I mean, you can just work that out. And so it's time for you to share, and then we will have your feedback on paper, and then maybe we will share it afterward in our next call, or maybe in an email. So let me go into group. Is that clear to everyone? Are you all okay with it? Okay, so now I need to find a space for you to divide in groups. Okay, so we are due.
20.
Siamo 22, sono 11 gruppi. 10, 3. Okay, there's going to be a little group that's going to have 3 people. But apart from that, yes, you're all in. Okay, so after 3 minutes, I will send you a little message saying, to change partner. Bye-bye. See you in a bit. No, we're not in the thing. Anton però lo sposto. Lo sposto. Sì, lo sposto con
La seconda, la terza.
sì. Che è successo? Thomas è rimasto da solo. Aspetta.
C'era un tizio, Anton, ma mi sa che si è spostato e si è scollegato per sbaglio.
Allora lo faccio rientrare.
Se è tornato, sì.
Ok, e se no ti metto in un'altra stanza.
Non guai. È una domanda difficilissima questa.
Vabbè, aspetta. Lascia sessione secondaria. So we have a great surprise. We have Genevieve Vaughan with us today. So, I mean, thank you so much for joining us. We're so honored that you're here.
Thank
So
you. My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm very, 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 very happy. So you have really this treat to have Jen with us in this call. And Jen, the only thing, can you mute yourself? I don't know if
Sure.
that is, and then
Yeah,
at the
but
end, we would like to ask you a few questions.
okay. I'm
Okay,
just
that's
saying it's a
wonderful.
treat for me to come and hear you. So
Yeah, it's great. It's really nice. So, how did it go? I mean, the idea was that you had a little time to know each other and also to just have a feeling, you know, of what is it, you know, to be in, you know, to be also in this capitalistic world. So it's not so much about it's not so much, we were talking, Francesca and I, first of all, it's a way for you to know a little bit each other, because you start to know each other. So there were groups of 4. I know, so I don't know if you were able to share, but it was really about knowing each other, and also about thinking about questions like that, because it is not so much about answering the question, what is capitalism? But it's really, you know, capitalism has intoxicated all of us deeply. It is embodied in us, and there's a lot of capitalistic values that we are practicing, not even knowing that we are practicing them. So we need to really disintoxicate ourselves from capitalistic values. And it's, some of them are really subtle. So, I mean, we need to just, you know, think it over and also put these things in practice so that we know and we can disintoxicate ourselves from all of it. So I mean, I hope that some of you has written some little, you know, some ideas. Wow, Luna, great. So we will ask you to send us on info@beststop.it your sharings, and then we will share it with all of you, because this is really part of this work that we are doing. That it's a long work, you know. It doesn't take, it takes a long time to come out of all of this. We've been intoxicated for more than 6,000 years. So I mean, this is really bad. So I will go back to Francesca. And we will go back to our presentation. So let's go back to the presentation. Is it this one? Yes. So, scusa, faccio. Vai, this one. Levo.
So, after the discussion about capitalism, some quick excursus about alternative economies, because there are many alternative economics theories that, precisely because of the belief that there is not only one correct economic theory, are less well known, but they offer interesting perspective. Between others, we will see very quickly regenerative economy, circular economy, donut economy, and one that completely changed the paradigm, and this is maternal gift economy. We have Jen here with us. So what is regenerative economy? Regenerative economy is an economic paradigm that aims to actively restore and regenerate ecosystems and natural resources, rather than simply reducing damage. And for regenerative economy, the places are central and very important, because the idea that we can save the planet is too big. But how do we work on it? If we work in a place, we can see the impact and respond. Place is the one unit of measurement that allows us to change our behavior. And the idea is that we can start to work and to act in some specific place a little bit, we can wide our action. So regenerative places are living systems. So they concern not my life or your life, but life as a whole. And regenerative places are interconnected to the nested system they sit within. Places are unique biocultural story they have, because all places have a distinct biocultural uniqueness in terms of ecology, biology, geology, and culture that we have taken account. Also, places have carrying capacity, and to operate within safe planetary boundary, these thresholds must be understood and respected. So, regenerative economies steer life and their continuity. And because with regenerative economy, we can protect, renew, regenerating life on land, air, and in water. So in some way, this regenerative economy has this idea of lifting up regenerative plate potential is an act of ecosystemic acupuncture. This is the idea. So regenerative and circular economy are based on the ideas that humanity is only one species among many others on this incredible ecosystem that is our planet Earth. The use of resources must be as sober as possible, so it promotes sobriety rather than consume. This sobriety is the use of resources makes this economy tend towards the absence of extraction and the reduction of the energy required. Also, regenerative economy promotes interaction between local actors, relationship. Now there is a video about circular economy.
So I'm coming back and going to the video. Let's see. I need to get out of here. No, desk. Okay, thank you. And this is the video. So let me share with you. Suono, video. Where is the video? Oh, this is the video. Yes.
Around for a few billion. Systems have been around. Living systems have been around for a few billion years and will be around for many more. In the living world, there's no landfill. Instead, materials flow. One species' waste is another's food. Energy is provided by the sun. Things grow, then die, and nutrients return to the soil safely. And it works. Yet as humans, we've adopted a linear approach. We take, we make, and we dispose. A new phone comes out, so we ditch the old one. Our washing machine packs up, so we buy another. Each time we do this, we're eating into a finite supply of resources and often producing toxic waste. It simply can't work long term. So what can? If we accept that the living world's cyclical model works, can we change our way of thinking so that we too operate a circular economy? Let's start with the biological cycle. How can our waste build capital rather than reduce it? By rethinking and redesigning products and components and the packaging they come in, we can create safe and compostable materials that help grow more stuff. As they say in the movies, no resources have been lost in the making of this material. So what about the washing machines, mobile phones, fridges? We know they don't biodegrade. Here, we're talking about another sort of rethink, a way to cycle valuable metals, polymers and alloys so they maintain their quality and continue to be useful beyond the shelf life of individual products. What if the goods of today became the resources of tomorrow? It makes commercial sense. Instead of the throw away and replace culture we've become used to, we'd adopt a return and renew one, where products and components are designed to be disassembled and regenerated. One solution may be to rethink the way we view ownership. What if we never actually owned our technologies? We simply licensed them from the manufacturers. Now, let's put these two cycles together. Imagine if we could design products to come back to their makers, their technical materials being reused and their biological parts increasing agricultural value. And imagine that these products are made and transported using renewable energy. Here we have a model that builds prosperity long term. And the good news is, there are already companies out there who are beginning to adopt this way of working. But the circular economy isn't about one manufacturer changing one product. It's about all the interconnecting companies that form our infrastructure and economy coming together. It's about energy. It's about rethinking the operating system itself. We have a fantastic opportunity to open new perspectives and new horizons. Instead of remaining trapped in the frustrations of the present, with creativity and innovation, we really can rethink and redesign our future.
Okay, so now we go back to the PowerPoint.
Sì, no, giusto, basta.
No, so Donut Economy, yes.
Però non vedo più loro.
Loro non ci sono. You want to see them?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, but I don't know how you can see them. I don't know. Here? Okay.
No, oppure l'altro, un po'. Ecco, ok. No, scompaiono. Vabbè, fa niente.
I don't know. You cannot see them. I'm sorry. Okay, where are we?
No, we were here.
Shall I go into this? No.
No. Okay, so we saw that was just a vision of the circular economy, and this one is another vision, the donut economy, that's proposed by Kate Raworth. It aims to combine environmental sustainability and social well-being, and to create a fair, inclusive, and regenerative economy. She sees planetary boundaries as the limits of the human body and identifies 9 parameters that indicate the health of the planet, and that are climate change, ocean acidification, chemical pollution, nitrogen phosphorus cycles, freshwater consumption, land use change, biodiversity loss, atmospheric aerosol load, and ozone depletion. And now you can see the current status of planetary boundaries. So you can read on the legend where you see the green. It means that we are below boundary, so it's a safe zone. The yellow is a zone of uncertainty, increasing risk, and the brown, the high risk. So you can see. In Kate Raworth's approach, economic activity should not create imbalances by pushing measures beyond safe limits, because it should be inherently regenerative and help reduce pressures on biophysical limits. There are inner boundary, on the other hand, represents the minimum activity necessary to meet a set of social parameters inspired by Sustainable Development Goals, which includes access to basic goods and services, health services, justice, and appropriate social and economic conditions in terms of work, equity, gender, and political freedom. And now here you can see the inner boundaries that we spoke before: water, access to water, food, health, education, political voice, etc. And the outer boundary, and it's important to find a match to the satisfaction of the one and respect of the other. Now a very quick reading about another vision that is the growth. And here there are the 9 principles of the growth: sustainability, circularity, cooperation, useful production, sharing, local production, work-life balance, relational goods, and joie de vivre. We will send you a document, a file with a list of links to deep study if you are interested in. There are some YouTube link and articles link and so on, also about the growth. And now the Maternal Gift Economy by Genevieve Vaughan. And I would like to see you, but I don't see them now. But anyway, okay, I present the PowerPoint, and at the end we have a little exercise. But as Genevieve is with us, we can also pose some question to Jen. So I start with a quote. The maternal gift economy is what happens when we organize human life from the biological reality of being a mothering species. All of us are alive because someone else gave gifts to us unconditionally when we were fully dependent on others to care for our needs. When we do that, we share resources as gifts oriented to needs based on willingness and capacity, which continues to be the bedrock of what sustains human life even to this day, well beyond caring for infants. So, because human children do not survive without the gifts of their caregivers. In unilateral gifting, the giver attends to and recognizes the need of the potential receiver. Then she makes or does something that will satisfy the need appropriately, taking into consideration the immediate need and somewhat the larger picture. The baby is hungry. How long has it been since she ate? What shall I feed her? The child creatively receives, focusing on the gift and the giver. For example, actively sucking on the breast and swallowing, attending intensely to the mother. And for Genevieve Vaughan, we are a maternal species. We call ourselves Homo sapiens sapiens or Homo economicus, but our species could not have survived without the culture of care, without maternal care, carried out by the mother first and foremost, but by anyone who takes care of the well-being of newborns. Childcare is gratuitous in the sense that the child cannot repay those who care for them, and this creates an experience of receiving. Receiving the gift of nourishment, warmth, and care is the first social, emotional, and cognitive experience. The giving as basic human template, the experience of being nurtured and nurturing, receiving and giving, creates a basic template for other life experiences, forming a shared human framework for understanding and communicating about the world with signs and in particular with language. This framework is both physiological and psychological. It is imbued with emotions on the part of the infant and usually also on the part of the motherer, Susan Petrilli. So the basic human step is giving and receiving. Gift giving and social reproduction. Giving is fundamental in the formation of human beings, not only because it is necessary for primary subsistence, but because it is at the basis of human relationship. Do ut des exchange comes later, and the capitalist economy, based on it, contradicts, cancels, and exploits unilateral gifting and the values of communication and community. Recognizing and returning to the maternal economy is a way out of the end of the worst scenario we are now facing. Genevieve Vaughan. Gift and mutuality. The relationship of mutuality between mother and child forms the basis of human relationship at all, even with regard to third things given, food, care practices, elements of the surrounding environment. This is all part of a larger practice of care given for free, the work of the homemaker, feeding, psychological and educational care. The alternation of giving and receiving characteristic of gift giving is often interpreted as an exchange. In fact, the exchange masks the gift so that we do not and cannot see it. Gift giving and mirror neuron. So in these processes, the imitation is a very important processus, and it has an important role in the body-mind learning process of gift giving. The mirror neurons were discovered in 1994. These neurons light up in us when we see others doing something and allow us to experience what others experience. It is likely that we unconsciously understand the intentions of others in this way as well. When mothers feed young children, these neurons fire up in them, mirroring the behavior and emotions of both. The relationship is created through a receiving that is both knowledge of giving and vice versa. And Scholar took a metaphor from tennis of these dynamics, and this is the serve and return, and you can see as the child serve and return. Unilateral giving versus exchange. Unilateral giving, by satisfying the need of the other, implies inclusion and produce positive human relationships. Receiving is not a passive act, but a creative one. The recipient can take turns imitating the donor. He can also pass on the received gift or other gifts to others, creating a circulation of gifts. In the exchange or giving for receiving, follow another logic, the logic of equivalence between the thing given and the thing received. Exchange and even barter are oriented towards the self and not towards the other. The unilateral gift is cancelled by this exchange logic. In many so-called pre-capitalist cultures, the local economy continues to promote gift giving, that is, the circulation of resources for the satisfaction of community members' physical and psychological needs. Even in our traditional culture, giving was valued. Let's think, for example, about the importance of hospitality. In these societies, there is a continuity between the logic of the economy of the adults and that of children. The gift giving was and still is not just ethical, but structural. It is a human capacity to address the needs of others and to find economic way that consider and take charge of the needs of all. Now, in our
We can't hear you, Francesca.
You can't hear us?
Now, yes.
Thank you very much. But I mean, you have the reading, so that's good. So, okay, we're back. Thank you so much.
Okay. In our system, many free gifts have been commodified and are no longer available for free. Water, seeds, and traditional practices now are privatized and made scarce, and people have to pay for them. Now, economic exchange is a way to distribute scarce resources. When resources are not scarce, exchange is useless. So exchange itself works to make resources scarce. It channels gift of wealth from the many to the few. It wastes and destroys wealth in words and symbolic spending. Scarcity and isolation penalize gift giving and create a context in which mothering becomes very difficult, even self-sacrificial. In gift-based community, sacrifice is unnecessary and abundance for all is possible. Everyone gives to and receives from everyone, and there are many mother earths. Okay. 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 Now we can see here an image took from a Genevieve Vaughan work, where you can read the feature of gift giving and exchange. So gift giving is unilateral, thought taking, other oriented, mind read needs, give value to other, is cooperative. And exchange is constrained bilateral, exchange is ego oriented, and expression needs in money, give values to self, is competitive, is mostly quantitative. It valued accumulation, it based on a logic of equation and identity, defends self from the other, require and create scarcity, and is based on debt and obligation, and so on. So this is an image that we can use to reflect about different form economy that we lived in our life, because we lived gift economy in our family, with our friends, in a lot of situation, and also we are in exchange economy. So we have an exercise now. Maybe we have time to do the exercise now.
Yes, we have plenty of time.
Yeah, because so we can have this exercise, and after we can have a discussion with Jen, and to pose her some question also.
That would be wonderful.
So
let me get this. No,
to put it on the chat.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the chat. So this time we're gonna maybe have a little discussion. We have time because we have still another half an hour. So maybe you can stay in couples or whatever. How many are we? 22. Yes, we can stay in couples. Again, I'll try to put you in couples, even if sometimes you were 4. And you will answer, this question. So, I mean, you will just have a little, sort of exchange. Sì, devo capire dove sta il documento. So, esco da qua. So, where do you see the maternal gift economy in your daily life, in your community, and in your experience? So, having, let me copy this, Control C. And bring it into the chat. Okay, so you can see that, and I'm gonna again put you in couples, try to put you in couples. and I'll give you 10 minutes, 5 each. Where do you see the maternal gift economy in your daily life, in your community, and in your experience? Okay, and then you can write notes, and again, you can send it to, yes.
I don't know, maybe before the exercise, I would like to ask Jen if she wants added something. Unmute.
Jen, unmute yourself.
Excuse me, Sabina, as I think that maybe some of us don't know Genevieve. Maybe we can ask Genevieve to say something about yourself.
Yeah.
And thank you very much to be here.
Thank you.
Genevieve can tell everything. We presented her as the theoricians that actually has created this theory, which is the maternal gift economy, which we are bringing in our courses. And as you see, you had a little presentation.
A very quick presentation.
Very quick presentation.
Okay.
But Jen, if you want to introduce yourself or maybe just tell us something about it, it would be great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. I've been working on this idea for most of my life. I guess I married a philosopher, an Italian philosopher, and he had a theory of language as work and trade or exchange, work and exchange. And at that time, I realized that there were like native cultures that did not actually have markets. So the exchange was not nearly as important for them. And they didn't do the same kinds of work we do. So it couldn't really be, language couldn't be based on exchange. And what was it based on? So I was having little babies then, and my children learned how to talk, but they didn't understand money. They didn't understand exchange. So it's something, but they were, interacting and everything all the time. So I thought it can't be exchange. So maybe it's this gift giving that I'm doing with my children and that Native people have done in their societies. And so from there, I kept on working on it. Eventually, I got a divorce from my husband, and I kept working on it even more. And I have been developing the idea for now, if you could even say 50 years, I guess. And I found it totally fascinating. And I've tried to promote it and tell people about it more because it is an alternative to the ideology of exchange in the market. It's something that is not capitalist, and it's not a capitalist ideology. And it is also very, it is so widespread that it is basic, everywhere. Nobody can actually survive unless somebody gives to them as children unilaterally. And so that is the basis of receiving and giving is the basic paradigm, the basic logic. And giving in order to receive back is a contradiction of that. So one is bilateral and the other is unilateral. So the unilateral giving is the basic one, the basic human one. And as I've gone on, and it's kind of hard to explain it all by now, but I see the exchange economy actually is taking from the gift economy. And like, for example, free work in the home is gift work. And then surplus value, as y'all probably know from Marxism, is the part of the labor that is not paid for in exchange, and that goes to making up capital. So that surplus value is a gift to the capitalist from the workers. And that transforms also together with the gifts of nature. And capital then reinvests the gifts and gets more gifts from that. We don't talk about that as gifting. We talk about it as exploitation, but it's actually gifts. For the capitalist point of view, it's gifts. From the people who are exploited, it's something that they have to do in order to survive. So I think that and then we have nature's gifts. And so it is really the world is based on gifting. It is not based on exchange. And then I did a theory of language as based on gifting. And then also I just see so much of life is basically gifts and not exchange. And we have kind of eliminated the idea of gift from the structural understanding of life. But for example, we can put it back in by seeing that, for example, walking from here to there is going like a gift from one person to another. It's a transitive interaction like giving is. And doing it, we give one foot to the ground and then the other, and then another foot to the ground and then the other. And throwing and catching a ball is giving and receiving. And as I said, language, I see language as based on not only in giving words and receiving them, or giving sentences and so on and receiving them, but syntax and grammar is made by giving words to each other in different ways. They receive in different ways. And then that construction is given to the receivers. I had another easy example, but I don't remember what it is right now. Anyway, those are a couple of things, and you can go through and really re-understand a lot of life in terms of this gift paradigm instead of the exchange paradigm, which complicates it so much more. And also, I mean, here's another thing that I'm working on now, is that by giving unilaterally to a child, the mother gives value to the child. That is, she probably wouldn't give to the child unless she were valuable to her. So it's an implication of the value of the child. And in the market, and you don't do it that way. It's not, the receiver doesn't have the value. It goes on to the product, onto the object. So you give value to the object instead of giving value to people. Of course, then after you've done the exchange, people take the object home and give it to somebody in the family. So it becomes like what do you call it? A parenthesis in between. Exchange is a parenthesis in between giving and receiving, and giving again. But when you have a whole market in between, people use those exchanges for making more money and making more capital. And so the whole issue gets much more complicated. Anyway, that's more or less what we need to do then to stop the disaster we have in the world now, which is in a large part being caused by the market, I think, and capitalism, and the desire for more always. what we need to do is go back and reinterpret the world in terms of the gift economy and start following that paradigm instead of the paradigm of exchange and capitalism and patriarchy, because people do it also for power over. There. There it is.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you very much. I would like to just put you in rooms, and we would like to ask you to just share your thoughts about where do you see the maternal gift economy in your daily life, in your community, and your experience. And then we'll get back in 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, and then maybe if you want to, after this sort of sharing, maybe if you have any question for Jen, we would be very happy if maybe Jen, if you're ready to just answer some of them, it would be great.
Yeah.
So I will put you in rooms. Where is it? Let me. Yeah. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so we have another 10 minutes and then we will close this call. So thank you very much. If you want to also, again, if you want to share your thoughts into an info@beststop.it, you can send us your notes. It would be great. So let's wait that everybody gets back. I remember we were 20 or something. Now we're getting to 19. So we're 19 now, we're 20. Okay. So if you want to share your notes on your email, our email is info@beststop.it, and it would be nice. And then we will share it with all of you. And now we have another 8 minutes. So if you want to, maybe you want to ask a few questions to Jen. I mean, since we have her, I mean, it would be great to maybe if you have anything to ask her. I mean, it's a great occasion to talk to ask her while she's here. Any doubt, anything? We're all, everything is good. So you raise your hand and you can ask. Questions? Are you all there? Barbara, please.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hi Genevieve. So I am very, very, very curious about your work, and actually I want to know more and read more. But for now, what I'm asking you is something that caught my attention about the idea of the gifting economy and language. So how this new, which is very old, in fact, human trait of giving is and can be informing the language. It can change the language. And what's your experience with kids? You were mentioning something regarding your experience with kids, with your sons and daughters, I don't know, and in their language, you could experience their ideas or their nature. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think what I see the gifting as structural. I try to see it as the underlying structure of language itself. And so instead of being rule governed, like, for example, Chomsky would say, it is based on an underlying structure that's created by giving and receiving. It's a structure, maybe call it implications. Like I give to you, you receive from me, you can give again and pass it on. And Chomsky also calls it when one gives to another and receives from the other in maternal giving and receiving, like especially with breastfeeding, there's a merge. There's a merge actually between the two people. One understands the other's giving, and each one does that. So they're put together. And that's what Chomsky says that words do with each other. They merge, but he doesn't reference the giving and receiving of people. It's all in an abstract sense of his abstract rules and abstract relations between words. I'm saying that there's kind of an underlying structure that's created, an interpersonal structure of, I don't know, I hate to say energies, but it kind of, you can think of it that way. That's there's a child psychologist that talks about energy contours, the way people feel towards each other, and or even, I don't know, walking, you would have an energy contour that alternates. And the structure of giving and receiving is created through these energy contours. And so we have that in our lives as long as we live. We breathe in the air. That's a gift from the outside world. And then we breathe out again, and that is a gift to the trees and the plants around us. So there's this circulation of giving and receiving. And that is a kind of communication. And actually, the word communication is co, which means together, muni, which means gifts, and cation, which would be the giving gifts together. I think maybe that may be not a totally perfect derivation. Maybe linguists would not agree with me, but it certainly fits the idea. And we don't realize how much exchange actually breaks that up and gets in between, so you don't even see the gift anymore. But what happens is that in order to be able to give, to feed your kids, you have to exchange. You've got to go to the market and buy the bread. And so you can't, now in our society, you can't give a whole lot without exchanging. So we've made the human way of giving and receiving, the model, the maternal model, which is the unilateral model, and anybody can do it. I don't mean just mothers do it. We all learn to do that. That's our way, our entrance into life. And we have to do its opposite in order to be able to do that. And so it creates a lot of contradictions in us psychologically and in our practice and in our desires. So it seems like we ought to have more and more money so that we can actually do some giving and receiving. And the whole way of making money, which is the way of exploiting other people, that is getting surplus value that makes profit, is gifts. What we do is get gifts given to the enterprise or to the person who is exchanging with us, giving them a profit. Anyway, we have these two systems. We have this sort of economic parasitic system that takes from the basic human logic and interactive way of giving and receiving, and making that understructure give to the market, give to the capitalist superstructure, if you want to call it that, overstructure. Anyway, so the thing is to learn how to get away from that, to not believe in that, even if we have to use it to do the gifting, and find alternative ways of living in a gift way, which some of these projects that you all have been talking about are actually doing some of that, but without understanding that it has anything to do with the maternal or with actually a gift economy. So so it's not really understood well enough to make the large enough social change that has to happen, or to make people have a paradigm shift. And everybody, we are all motherers, basically, because that's the paradigm. That's the way we learn to live as babies, doing this gifting and giving and receiving. So men as well as women are all part of a maternal species, because that's what we learn, how we learn how to live in the beginning. And then, men are told they're not going to ever be mothers, and so they end up embracing other ideas like the exchange economy, which people feel like they have to be successful in that in order to, be a good human, which is really what's destroying the planet. What we're doing is destroying the planet, which is a gift-giving entity. And we're in harmony with it as human beings, but we have gotten out of that harmony through the whole market and exchange economy and the whole power over paradigm. So that's my explanation.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. I mean, there's so much to say, and also
There
so
is a
much
lot
to
to
practice.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to practice all, and it really is wonderful. So I think we're getting to the end. As anybody else wants to maybe quickly have ask another question, and then we will just go to check out. Because people are starting to leave. I see that we're getting to be 16. And well, first of all, thank you, Jen, for being with us. I mean,
Thank you so much for having me.
I mean, we have to all thank you. So if you really want to, thank you so much. I mean, it's such a what a beautiful gift, what a beautiful gift for all of us. You see, Jen, really, she talks as she walks, and she walks as she talks. So, so the gift economy is really part of her life, and she's making it real for all of us. So everybody's sending you hearts, with all hearts.
Thank you. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to send them back, but I would.
Well, you just do this if you want to. Now we have this, this whole thing about, giving hearts. But I mean, yes, I would say thank you all for being, and I mean, for being here. We started to know each other a little bit. So I remind you that we're meeting again on the 19th for, this other part, which is going to be on matriarchal studies, modern, ancient, what are matriarchal values, what is this world, and what are patriarchal values. So thank you, Francesca, for giving us your presentation on, all the different economies and bringing maternal gift. We are bringing maternal gift. It is our objective in life. So we are a group, and Jen is our mentor for all of this. And so we're bringing this to you, and we'll see each other in 2 weeks. Yes, Jen?
We do have a series of Zoom salons, webinars. If you all are interested, at Maternal Gift Economy MovementPROGRAM. And actually, Heide and Joan Marler will be speaking on the next one. I think I can't tell you the date, but you might want to do that since since you're going to be talking about
We will
matriarchy.
send you, yes, we will, I think you gave that. I mean, we will send you the link. And actually, these webinars are really a precious library of interesting talks that are recorded. So you can also go back. How many did you have so far? 90, 91?
Yeah, I think it's 9. I think we're up to 93.
93 wonderful webinar, all recorded. So if you miss it, you can go back and listen to it. I usually, when I take my car and I have to travel, I put it on and I just go and listen to it. They're amazing. And you have incredible women talking about different aspects of all of this shift, the paradigm shift that we want to create. So thank you. And it's part of Maternal Gift Economy Movement and .org. So you have it, and we'll send you some information about it. And yes, and
Barbara asked if it's possible to reset the slides. And
sure,
yes.
you will get the recording. Okay, you will get the recording, not the slides, but the recording, or and a PDF with all the information. Okay, so you can get the recording as soon as we can put it on YouTube. You will get the recording for this session for all of you to keep. And yeah, so now check out one word each of gratitude, maybe. And then we'll see each other on the 19th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. My gratitude to all of you for being here.
Thank you to you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Maybe, Sabina, if we are closing, maybe I can ask you to stay a moment.
Sure. I will turn off the information, and yes, can you go and maybe you can say one word of gratitude, and maybe you just pass the ball.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. One word of gratitude. Surprising is valid.
There is not a wrong answer.
Wonderful. I pass the ball to Diego.
One word of gratitude.
It's not easy, eh?
Not. Maybe, I don't know, fulfilling.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Thank you. Wonderful. To who do you pass it?
To Anton.
Okay. It was so interesting and very educational. And I pass the ball to Sergio.
My word for tonight is pleasure, and it's pleasure to meet you all today. And I pass the ball to Turkan.
Hi, my words for today is grandma, and I pass the ball to Kate.
My word is abundance, and I pass the ball to Barbara.
Lo sapevo. My word is possibility. And I pass the ball to Sofia.
I don't have a word. I have some words. That for me was the main ones were like listening from the heart and talking from the heart. That's what I felt. That was all around with all of you. And thank you so much for this wonderful surprise, Sabina, to have Genevieve in here. So,
Thank
as always. And I pass the ball to Karina.
Hi. So thank you. I will say the word first in Portuguese. My word for the group today is cooperação. In English, cooperation.
you.
Thank you. And I will pass the ball. I don't know. Maybe Diego? Diego from Galiza?
I already
Ele já
spoke.
falou. He already spoke.
So I need some help.
Rui.
Milagros.
Mila.
Mila.
Okay.
My word, I think, is knowledge, because today I learned a lot about things I don't know, and for me it's very important. And I pass the ball to Ithia.
My word is unconditional thank you, because I really enjoy this meeting and I have a really good time in all this afternoon. And I pass the ball to, I don't know, to Sofia.
Okay, I pass the ball to Rui because I was already.
I'm deep gratitude again for this sharing. It's a pleasure to meet different people and different perspectives. And my word for us is hope. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So I think there is only Isha Rodriguez that is left, right?
No,
Or
Isabel.
Isabel. Yes. Isha, go.
No, Isha ha parlato.
Isha ha parlato, allora Isabel.
Yeah, hey, my word is inspiring. So it was really, really nice to hear you all. It's really inspired that something like this is happening with, yeah, shared knowledge. So thank you. So I pass to the last person who doesn't spoke yet. Is there
I
someone?
think we're all done. I think we're
Oh.
all done. We can just say goodbye for now. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything. And we'll see each other on the 19th. And bring people, bring as many people as you want. These are open calls for everyone. So we want everyone to profit of this time. And we are gifting everyone, the world, whoever wants to come and talk about these things. We are here for all of you. Okay? Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Bye.
Au revoir.
Thank you.
Ciao, a presto. Bye.
Ciao.
No, come ciao?
No, ci sono.
Ciao Sergio. Ciao Rui. Ciao Carina. Ciao.
Aspettiamo un attimo. Vabbè, aspetta un attimo.
Non se ne vogliono.
Vabbè, ok. Bene, eravamo 26. Sei muta?
Anche 29 mi sembra.
29? Non so se sono entrati. Io ho contato 26 persone. Tra l'altro, mo se rimaniamo un attimo da sole, vi condivido lo schermo perché ho aggiornato la lista dei partecipanti, anche con le persone che non ci sono in lista ma che c'erano oggi, perché ci dobbiamo segnare i nomi e email, sia per mandargli le cose che per... Ma scusa, ma noi non possiamo coattivamente mettere fuori le persone?
In che senso? Le buttiamo fuori dalla stanza?
È finito.
Allora, aspetta.
Che non so se se lo fa.
C'è ragione.
Carina, Rui.
Carina e Rui, basta, uscite da questa stanza. Allora, ecco, Rui.
Carina è uscita. Lui si è bloccato.
Rimuove, ecco.
Eccoci. Dicevo, bene, bene, sono contenta.
Meno male, perché ogni volta, guarda, io vado in palla quando mi incominci a beccare con questi messaggi che sembrano, capito, la catastrofe, le cose, io ti darei delle delle martellate in testa, cioè, capito, basta. Allora,
No, voi che sensazione ci avete? Come vi è sembrato?
è fantastico.
Mi sono sembrati
Erano
interessati,
tutti
coinvolti.
interessati, cioè, capito? Guarda che...
Sono molto contenta che è venuta Kate dalla Polonia, amica di Barbara.
Ah, era quella, brava. Allora, i polacchi non c'erano.
Non ce n'era nemmeno uno, credo. C'erano delle persone che io non conosco e infatti guarda, l'ho segnato tutti qua. Condivido un attimo lo schermo.
Soprattutto copiamo, fammi vedere un attimo.
Aspetta che ti do la cosa.
Ah.
Ok, vai. Ah, oddio.
Che ha fatto?